Hello. So, I just made my first proper mess up of doing this. 3 days in, first proper mistake. Obviously, none of it's been super highly complicated so far, but I've just sat and talked for about 5 minutes, maybe even longer. And the mic wasn't working. So I went to play it back, and it was totally silent. So I'm hoping now, I've tested it, it should be. I'm hoping this is working, you can hear me. We go again. We live and learn. That's the point of doing this, isn't it? The point of doing this is, you try, you fail, you mess things up, you go again. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is a little bit of a brief history of time, a little bit of who I am, why I'm sat here. There'll be people on this who don't know anything about me. They might see me, might just follow me on social media, which is all very recent, obviously. Might never have met me before. If not, hello, thanks for watching. Can't imagine there's too many people who don't know me watching this at the moment. Maybe in years to come when I'm a superstar. But we'll wait a while. We're not holding our breath. So yeah, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of who I am, what I've done, where I'm at, and kind of the interesting bits. Not really about fitness, all of it, but the journey is how I've got here. So yeah, I've been a PT now for 10 years. Before that, I was in the RAF for 12. Before that, I was at school. Dropped out of college. Hated sitting still at a desk. Hated it. I was doing well at school. I had no issue with my results or my performance. I was at a good sixth form. Hated every day when I'm going to sit in a classroom. Drove me mad. So I don't know if I'd have been diagnosed with something, but I wasn't a naughty kid or anything like that. It just drove me insane. I couldn't focus. I hated it. Which, some people will call different things these days. I woke up one morning, told my parents I won't go to school again. They, fair play to them, I can't ever give them enough credit. I said, okay. Said, as long as you get a plan, you got to sort something out. You now have to go and earn for yourself. That's it. If you're not going to school, we're not paying for you. Go and get a job. So I did. I went and joined the RAF. Bit extreme, I know. But I went down to the careers office, spoke to the guys there, sat on my tests, passed my aptitude test with flying colours, got to pick what I wanted to be. So I joined the RAF in 2003, February 2003, with the goal of being a weapons technician, an armourer. So a guy who works with bombs, missiles. And the reason I picked that was because I could never do it on Civvy Street. So there was other jobs. There was engineers who worked on, engines. There was engineers who worked on avionics and all that stuff. Airframes. But weapons was cool. I thought, well, I'll never do that on the outside world. So let's do it now. Joined up, did my basic training, 7 weeks at RAF Halton, getting beasted, no sleep. I could tell you a million stories about that. 14 months at RAF Cosford, learning my trade. Learning all about weapons and bombs and missiles and ejection seats and everything that I went on to do, and a little bit of bomb disposal and stuff, which I went on to use later in life. And then posted out into the big wide world, up into Scotland. Spent 5 years up there, 4 to 5 years in a place called RAF Lucas, which is just near St Andrews, if anyone's, a fan of golf. Or Dundee, if you're a fan of shitholes. Yes, in between the two. Loved it. Played a lot of rugby up there, and that's when I really kind of got into training. I trained a lot from when I was about 14, 15, GCSE PE. I joined the gym. Skinny kid, wanted to get bigger, lifted weights. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. Scotland, I got into it. Big. I played rugby. Realised I had to pack on muscle to play rugby at the level I wanted to play at. Did so. I ended up about 16 stone. When I joined the RAF, I was just about heavy enough to get in. Super skinny. I'm not blessed with any sort of mad athletic ability. I don't have mad genetics. I worked at it all. So yeah, I got into training big. Did all the bro science stuff. I used to wake up in the night to eat, to get extra calories in. I'd eat everything I could see. I'd constantly eat just to put size on. But I trained as well. I trained a lot. And I ended up in pretty good shape and pretty big, strong. I played rugby at a decent level. Played in the Dubai Sevens. Played rugby league, played rugby union. Everything. I basically played rugby every day of the year if I could. Then my shoulder gave up. I dislocated it, subluxed it, had loads of issues. Got sent to an army rehab centre for 3 weeks, had some steroid injections, had a physio, got looked after, fixed it. Then I got the news I was posted. I was posted to a place called Kyneton, which was a bomb depot, but there was no rugby team. So rugby was done. Kind of done for me in the RAF. So I took up MMA. I went to a local gym. I wanted to stay fit. Got into some classes. No intention to ever compete. Tried to stay fit, keep fast, keep healthy. And ended up competing. Yeah, I competed in MMA. Got my face smashed in at a pretty decent level in front of a lot of people. Did in the biggest outdoor event in Europe at the time on a football pitch in an arena. And on a couple of days' notice, my opponent backed out. Swapped opponents. He said, he's not going to quite make weight. So I don't know if you know much about cage fighting. And in the old days when it was all a bit like the Wild West, I weighed in, did my weigh in, 82.5 kilos or something to weigh in for 84, was well under. Don't see your opponent then. Walk out to the cage. He's already in there, massive. He was 95 kilos. So yeah, battered me. A pretty painful experience of my life. I'll tell you more about it another time. Fitness was good though, and I really started to understand nutrition because I had to cut weight, I had to be on point, and it's kind of more of the obsession. I've still got textbooks in the cupboard over there that I bought back then. I used to read textbooks even when it was just a hobby back then, but I was obsessed with the science of it, obsessed with learning about the actual ways to do things rather than the bro ways to do it. Then I got posted back to a place with a rugby team, went back into playing rugby, put on a bit more size, so obviously went back into the gym, went back into eating more, bulked up a little bit, and then my eldest son was born. It's time to leave. And it's a natural progression. I had some great coaches in my life and who I really looked up to, Phil and Luke and plenty of others, Beanie, and who I admired a lot. So I wanted to be one. I wanted to become a good coach, and I moved to a pure gym in Salford. And I PT'd all sorts of people there. I just threw myself into it and tried to PT as many people as I could. I set myself apart quite early on. There's a couple of us who went to a new gym, and we were the guys who cared. We'd learned a lot. We got the results. We were obsessed with it, and we kind of pushed each other on, and we create really good businesses. Trained people for the Paralympics. I trained someone for the World Championships of rowing. Plenty of like mad stories on the way, and great transformations and things. I'll probably pop up on social media every now and then. Train some famous people. Train some pretty high powered people. Heads of security. All sorts of people. Some good stories. Moved to a private gym. Fully private, no members, just clients and PTs, so you have to get all your clients from outside. Loved it, but then lockdown happened and it messed it up quite a lot. We had a great group there. It's still there now. It's the Performance Space in Salford. It wasn't called that at the time, but Cal, who now owns and runs Performance Space, worked there as well. Fantastic, great coach. And I was around some really elite coaches at the time, and it was brilliant. And then went into mentoring. I got poached by a mentoring company to help other PTs build their businesses. And I was sold this dream of I can build my online business, I can run my online business alongside doing their mentoring, get a salary from them. I just had another baby, so needed to make some security. And then security is a myth in it. So I worked for them and I hated it. They lacked massive integrity. They didn't say what was actually best. They were just trying to sell their product all the time. And I get it from a business perspective, but it wasn't for me. I didn't want to lie to people. I couldn't sit on a call and tell them something that wasn't optimal. I've been obsessed with knowing my trade. And then I knew what I was telling people was wrong. In my eyes. So I ended up leaving again, looking for a gym, and I ended up back at Hale. And I worked Hale part-time for a bit to start, and I did the crossover so I could support family and everything when I got back onto the gym floor. And I've been there ever since. I've spent 3 years there now. Was head coach for a bit. Obviously ran classes, worked with loads of people. You'll see in the transformations, churned out result after result after result, which I love doing. It's the best. I've got a big online business at the moment. Things are going well. So I'm venturing back into YouTube, and I say back into YouTube because I used to have a podcast. I used to have a pretty good podcast called Lift More, Lose More with a lad called Scott, who went to Marbella and, ditched me for a better life in the sun. Obviously I blame him totally. But yeah, we had a YouTube channel, we had a podcast, we had all this stuff, and we were doing all this before everyone else did it. And it kind of stopped. So I'm back. I'm going to do this YouTubing. I'm not after some sort of brand deals. I hate brands. I'll rant about that another time. Any clothing companies and stuff like that, if you're going to tap me up, say, Pete, wear this stuff. Send me free stuff. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good. If it's not, I'll send it back. I'll wear it anyway to the gym. I'm not asked. But I'm not after any brand deals at all. And I know I'm not going to get any, so I can say that with things. I work with a supplement company. I know I work with Applied Nutrition because I think supplements really help people. And the science suggests they do. Expensive t-shirts don't. So yeah, we're not getting into that. I'll rant all day about anything, but I want some questions. Anyone who's stuck around to the end of this, I want you to send me a question. Let me know what you want to know. There's a whole load of things. It can be, personal, what I've been up to, stories, rants, opinions. It can be science, coaching, advice, all that stuff. This is what this channel's for. I'm going to do all these vlogs, obviously, through December. And I learned today that this is called Vlogmas, to do this through December. I didn't know that. Should have called it that from day one, shouldn't I? But I'm an idiot. So yeah, we're here. I'm hoping this microphone's been working. A little brief history of me, how I got to where I'm at now, with 10 years of coaching experience and about 30 years of training experience crammed into about 7 minutes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks to anyone who's watched the other stuff as well. I do this stuff because I want to learn how to be better at it, and I want to, have a complete business. of all sorts. So, you know, I have the emails, I have the YouTubes, I have the social media, I have, you know, my coaching business to go around it and make a really sustainable business for years to come. So yeah, thank you all very much. And thank you to anyone who's watched any of the others, clicked like, all that stuff, commented. It all helps. So yeah, tomorrow will be a slightly different one. I'm going to kind of vlog about my swimming. So I've got a swimming lesson tomorrow. 41 years old, learning how to swim again, having done an Ironman. So yeah, have a top evening. Speak soon.